You can fake having money.
Absolutely. We know people. We know so many people.
We know a lot of people that fake having a lot of money that actually don't. You can fake a lot of things. A fit body is something that you cannot fake.
No, absolutely.
And it also happens to be the thing that people notice right off the bat. That's the first thing people notice about you because you can't fake it.
It's instant credibility.
It is. It is.
Everything that you do.
Welcome to Mojo Co, the podcast for unapologetic midlife women who are done playing small, done guessing, and done fighting their body instead of understanding it. I'm your host, Katie Fleece, and this podcast is for women who are ready to get their mojo back, their confidence, their power, and the connection to their body back. We talk hormones, confidence, body image, relationships, and real life with zero filters and absolutely no BS. Nothing is off limits here. If you're ready to feel powerful in your body again and remember who the heck you are, you're exactly where you belong. Let's go.
We need all the 17 pillows on the couch.
Babe, it's aesthetic. I like what you've done with your hair.
Are you serious or what? What did I do with my hair?
Nothing. That's the point. I'm kidding. You're getting a haircut today, right? Asking for a friend.
Yes, I'm getting a haircut.
No, it looks nice. It does.
You're an asshole.
No, it literally looks a lot better than it did.
Yeah, it's getting there.
It's part of the growing out process, babe. You got to stick with it.
Consistency is the key to anything.
Consistency is the key.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so.
Are we live?
We're live. We're recording.
Oh, I didn't know that.
On a scale of 1 to 10, okay. How ecstatic are you to be on the Mojo Co Podcast?
I feel honored, but knowing me, like I'm going to turn around and ask you, like knowing me, how excited do you think I am to be on camera, number one, speaking, number two? Like, if you could guess.
Well, I know it's your least favorite thing in the world.
1, yes, correct, yeah. So, if you want to rate it on a scale 1 to 10.
Negative?
No, not
Do I
negative.
At least get a 1?
Yeah, for sure.
All right, sweet.
Yeah. I listen to your podcast.
I know. What do you think so
Even
far?
though it's, well, I mean, you know.
It is geared towards women.
It's geared for women. This could be an episode where maybe your audience could share it with their spouse.
Well, babe, I had to bring you on for the ladies. You know what I'm saying?
No, I'm not an expert on ladies. No.
I mean, you are some pretty good eye candy.
Oh, well, thank you.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I try. Probably try too hard, but anyway, here we are.
Oh boy! All right, where is this conversation going? Oh, but no, really, your hair looks nice.
I haven't had a haircut since January 2nd or 3rd.
Well, it was before we went to Mexico.
Yeah,
and we left on the 3rd. So.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. So
he's in the process of growing out his hard part.
I'm growing out, the fade. I'm not wearing a fade anymore.
Because why?
I read something on social media.
Okay, tell us what you read.
It said, boys get fades, grown men, get haircuts and stuff. And I've been getting a fade since I was like 6. Ever since I read that, it kind of like stroked my ego, and I'm like, okay, well, fine. I'm not getting. I mean, I was getting a fade. I was getting a fade every 2 weeks, like literally spending. I don't know. It's probably been $180 a month.
So now
just
you're done with the fade phase, and you're going to get a haircut.
I'm going to grow it out like a
man.
And like anything else, like I thought about like my weight loss journey and like getting to where I am now. It's like I always say, like, hey, give it a year, right? Mm-hmm. And then you can like give it full consistency for an entire year, put everything you have into it, and then see where you are from there and assess. So I am literally going to grow my hair out for an entire year. See where I'm at.
Dude, if you have better locks than me, we're going to have problems.
Hey, you never know.
You know what, though?
But I'm at an age, though, where it's like, I'm not quite sure if I can pull this off. It's a little thinner.
But
hairline's a little different.
Hang on.
Yeah.
We're not going for the Fabio look.
I don't know. What's that?
What?
We don't know. We don't know.
Stop.
This is the fun thing. We don't know where it's going to be at. I don't know. Like my barber even says, like, I don't know where it's going to part. I don't know where it's going to flow. I don't know. But yeah. But if you want a title to it, they're calling it a European flow.
The European flow.
Yeah, that's what I'm going for.
All right.
Well, you did like Italy so much. So
I do love Italy.
Can't be that bad.
So is that part of it too? You're like, well, it's got to be good. My wife loves Italy, so.
I mean, I feel like anything European is kind of like
the
classy.
European flow.
Yeah. So, except for how some of them guys dress. I mean, some of them guys that pull their pants up to their nipples and stuff that wear that. I'm like, ee.
I don't think you could pull that look off, Dave. No,
I've got too big of an ass.
Your ass is huge.
Yeah.
Your quads are.
Yeah, I wouldn't look right with that look, right? For sure. Yeah.
You've got to be a certain stature to be able to pull off that look.
Yeah.
You're not it.
Yeah. No, I mean, think about the men in Italy. I mean, they were small dudes.
Oh, very small. Yeah. Because they walk everywhere. Everybody, like literally, when we went to Italy, that's one thing I noticed. Like everybody just appeared to be so healthy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because they don't put shit in their food.
Yeah.
And they walk literally everywhere.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, so that's where I'm at. Yeah, that's why I got a hat on. I wore a hat every single day for 2 months. Literally, or going on 3 months.
Yeah.
Even to dinner, like I always said, like we have a wedding right now. I don't know what the hell I would do because I would be like showing up in a hat.
And we do have a wedding in Europe this summer.
Okay, we'll see about that one. Anyway, we're getting closer. We're getting closer to ripping the hat off and going, what do we got here? So I don't think anybody in the world wants to listen to this about my hair.
No, I think they do. But real quick, on the hair thing. I do think it's harder for men to do what you're doing because, like women, we can just get hair extensions and call it a day. Yeah. Even while it's in that awkward, like growing out phase. Yeah. Which is what I do often.
Yeah. I don't know. I've never done this before, so we'll see. I'm not, so far it's, I would say like losing body fat's a hell of a lot easier than growing your hair out for me. Right. Because I'm a vain son of a bitch. Like I will look in that mirror and be like, oh my God, like.
It doesn't look bad. It really doesn't. I'm just giving you a hard time.
I know. You've been doing that for 3 months now.
You do got some gray popping out though.
I'm okay with that. Like I said, I will go full blown salt and pepper. I don't care. Like you can call me the silver fox. I'm fine with that.
But who in this family has contributed most to your grays?
I think we all know the answer to that one.
The dogs.
Sure. The dog's only been around a little bit of my life.
Snoop and Dre.
There's been one person that's been around the longest. So I would generally think that would be the person that adds the most gray hair too.
Interesting.
Yeah. So.
Okay. Well, anyways, on that note, let's start off with, that's actually not what we're here talking about today, believe it or not, hair.
But we could go on for a while.
We could go on for a long time. I know a lot about hair, and I've had every color under the sun, every length that you can imagine.
I wish I had that photo that I made for you that one time. It was like I sent her a photo one time of all her different haircuts and hair colors and extensions and stuff. I'm talking from like a pixie cut, dark pixie cut blonde all the way till the bright red hair. Like when we thought that was like your identity was your red hair.
I swore I was going to have bright red hair until I was 90.
Well, that's what you're known for. Like we would be in Mexico and be like, "Hey, you're that redheaded fitness lady."
The girl with the red hair. They didn't even know my name. It was just the girl with the red hair. Yeah.
And I'm like, if you could only know like how many sheets and pillowcases and like the amount of stuff we ruined, the gout and the gout, not the gout, the grout.
The gout got real bad.
Yeah, the gout got bad for that red hair. But no, the grout in the shower and stuff was you ruined a lot of shit.
I did. That was a lot of upkeep. That cost me a lot of money, not in just hair, but in replacing things. Yeah. Towels, clothes, couldn't ever wear white. How many swimsuits did I have?
Well, you in general cost a lot of money.
I do.
You are the most expensive thing on the planet Earth. I'm pretty sure.
Every penny, baby. Give me some.
I don't know if I should fist bump to that. So, all right, let's dive into your topic.
No, I want to talk today about specifically health and fitness and how it plays a role in marriage. Right? We've seen it in our marriage and just the big difference it has made. But specifically like attraction and the role that plays. Obviously we've been together for, oh my God, what year are we?
Going on 19 years of marriage. 20 years.
We've been 21 years together. And so attraction, shifts, I think, throughout marriage. And I think, we see it all the time too. Just not only like women that you talk to initially that aren't clients and then they become clients, but just even like we see it all over. Yeah. How people get married, right? They're so in love. They take care of themselves. They get married and then shit hits the fan as far as like physically. Yeah. Because it's almost like, well, I've locked her down.
Yeah.
Or I've locked him down, and they just completely let themselves go.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like you said, that the beginning, the attraction, like, and again, there's physical attraction, there's other types of attraction.
Yes, sure.
But initially, like, obviously, like, you are physically attracted to that person. Something draws you to that person, right? Like, you catches their eye or whatever it may be. And then from that point on, you're always trying to show up as your best self for that person because you're trying to attract them, right? And
Right.
and hopefully, like, have a relationship and kind of like what you said. But like, it's kind of crazy is a lot of times is like, people try to get so, I gotta look my best for my wedding day, and they
Yes.
do, and they're like all about it, and then that's once the
Cut
wedding
off.
day's over, it's like, okay, like, oh, I can relax and I can
relax.
breathe, and it's like
Yeah.
slowly but surely you see people, especially nowadays, I see more people in their 20s, like,
Yeah.
kind of going a lot downhill
Sooner.
so much quicker.
Agree.
Than even what like I did, I guess you could say, in that. And then finally, I guess you get to a realization where, holy shit,
Yeah.
I got to do something now, right? I got to do something.
Right.
I'm at a point where it's like I can't keep going down this path because it doesn't fix itself. It just continually gets worse, and the more you stack on those bad habits, and you kept stacking on the pounds year after year after year, it just becomes
Yeah.
a little bit more harder, a little bit more difficult, and it sooner or later you just got to say, hey, enough is enough, right?
Yeah.
So,
And we can speak on that because that actually happened in our marriage.
absolutely, I'm gonna, like, I am not a relationship expert. You do not want to take relationship advice from me, But however, I will say, in this instance, like, I'm speaking from, like, experience, from truth. Like, this is literally how my life has evolved in this, and attraction, like, you can, whether you want to admit it or not, right? Like, when your spouse or your significant other, doesn't mean you don't love them. Like, I'm gonna get that from, like, you're gonna get that feedback on this podcast, and I'm gonna say things that are probably gonna trigger the shit out of people because I listen to people say, like, well, my husband loves me the way I am. I'm like,
Yes, absolutely.
Great. I'm glad.
Yes.
I 100%, love is unconditional. You should love that person. Doesn't necessarily mean that the attraction and desire is completely there, like, it could be.
Right. And we're talking specifically about the people that just like give themselves a pass to let themselves go.
Yeah.
Because they're married.
Yeah.
And I think it's actually the opposite. At least I know for me in particular, like, one of the reasons why I do live a healthy lifestyle, like, yeah, I want to live long. Yeah, I want to be around for my kids. Yeah, I want to be able to enjoy things and actually, like, truly live life and not just be miserable and exist and feel like shit every day. But one of those factors is for you.
Yeah.
Like, I want to look good for you.
For sure.
Yeah,
because if not,
obviously,
see ya.
But you asshole. No, but for real, that is a driving factor for me. Like, I and it might be, I'm vain too. It's all good. Two vain people married each other. What do you know? But I don't care. I'll admit it. I do want to look good. Like, I do care about how I look, and even though it's not all about looks, that for me it's a lot about feeling too.
Absolutely.
Right? Like, I want to feel good about myself. I know you want to feel good about yourself, because especially for a woman, I can't necessarily speak for a man, but when a woman doesn't feel good about herself, it affects everything. Her marriage, her confidence, the way she parents her children, the way she shows up for her job. Like, it affects everything. When you feel like shit, that's what you project.
It's the same for guys, but they just don't like, guys just, they got an ego. They don't want to admit it. And they try to play, oh, fucking, I don't care about my, they'll talk about their gut and their keg, and they'll always use humor around things, and, like, just try to project this macho, like, it's like bullshit, dude. You get out of the shower, you look in the mirror, and you're like, fuck, I've let myself go. And you're completely disgusted with yourself. It's just that you want to hide behind it, right? Like, it's an excuse. Well, who am I trying to impress? I'm like, fuck, dude, like, yourself for one, right? Like, to have some self-respect.
Right.
And I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm saying that because that's literally the conversation I had with myself in my mirror. Like, bro, like, come on, man, this is not you. Like,
right.
So
I think you're right. Men especially do use humor a lot.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, they'll grab their belly and, shake their gut. And we know people like that. And it's like, okay, it might be funny, but deep down, at least for me, I know that they're not, that they don't actually think it's funny.
No, absolutely
You know
not.
what I mean? And it sucks. It's actually, it's very sad when you get to a point where you have to actually joke about it just to make yourself feel better. Because I think deep down, they know like shit's got to change.
Yeah.
You know?
For sure.
Okay. But let's rewind. So you were, gosh, we had only been married, I don't know, a year or two. Really, you started packing on the pounds around the time of my pregnancies.
Yeah.
And you definitely gained the sympathy weight.
Yeah.
But not only that, you were also in a job that just where you were on the road constantly.
Yeah.
You were in sales.
Yeah.
You ate out literally every single meal.
Yeah.
And we're not talking like a steak dinner. We're talking like the Burger King or the Arby's 5 for $5, because back then that still existed. You know what I'm
boy,
saying?
that'd be good to have it today.
Dude, I miss the Arby's.
Because I can handle it now. My body can handle that kind of stuff. I could destroy that and be like, oh, cool. But back then, like I didn't. It's like what you said. It wasn't the pregnancy, the sympathy weight, and again, it's another excuse, right? It's
right.
It's you're just a product of your habits, and I had so many piss poor habits, bad sleep.
Yeah.
Wasn't exercising and training.
Yeah.
Wasn't, putting the right things in my body at all. Yeah. Sitting down, obviously very sedentary, not doing anything. And then I would always justify it because, well, hey, I'm busy. I'm working hard. I'm traveling. Yeah. It's like, you had 2 appointments. You had 2 sales appointments a day, bro. Like literally. And then the rest of the time, you were in the movie theaters, you were at restaurants, you were at the golf and driving range, things like that. So there was plenty of time to do it, but it was like, you'd always justify, well, I don't have time. And then I'd have to pack out. I'd have to pack workout clothes. I'd have to, I'd have to do this. I'd have to shower. So you just you keep playing all those reasons of why you can't do something. And then at the end of the day, it's all bullshit. It's just an excuse.
Right.
Like you're going to find it. You can find 1,000 reasons not to, or you can find, one reason that to do it. Right. Yeah. And it's just, that's the bottom line. So.
All right. Quick pause to talk about my company, Mojo Fitco, because this deserves a moment. Mojo Fitco was built for midlife women who feel off in their body and are just tired of being told to eat less, move more, and deal with it, all right? Women battling hormones, belly fat that comes out of nowhere, low energy, mood swings, and the constant feeling of, why do I not feel like myself anymore? Now look, this is not a basic fitness program, and it is definitely not built by gym bros or 20-year-old influencers. Mojo Fitco was built for women, by women, designed specifically for this phase of life. Inside, we don't guess, we don't punish your body, and we don't hand you another plan that you gotta figure out on your own. We look at the full picture. Hormones, metabolism, stress, lifestyle, everything that you need, all under one roof. Because you are never too old to get your mojo back. I can assure you that. And you also need support from someone that actually understands the female body at this stage of life. So, if you're ready to feel strong, sexy, clear-headed, and confident again in your body, and you're done with all of the free or cheap BS out there and you want a forever solution, you can apply by clicking the link in the show notes. All right, now let's get back to it. What was the moment, or was there? I don't know. Like, do you remember like a moment in time where you're like, crap, I better get my shit together? Like, do you remember ever feeling like that?
It was always pictures, right? It was that was the thing. Like, you're putting, and it wasn't until I wasn't big on social media. Like I just didn't.
Well, it wasn't quite as big back then either.
Yeah, so you'd have pictures you'd share, you'd be in a photo album, and you'd and you didn't even
upload them straight from your phone. You actually had to take them on a camera and physically upload them to the computer and then to Facebook. It was a whole thing.
Yeah. So for me, it was always seeing those oh my God, look at, Christmas time, you're with your family or you're at spring break and all that stuff like that. And it's when it was just the photo albums, it was okay, that's in my house. Nobody's going to see that shit.
Right.
But then also when social media took off, and then, part of what you did was being out there on social media, I started you were posting shit, and I was oh my God, I can't have that out there.
Yeah.
That can't be who I am. I don't want them to be, oh my God, look at that, fitness person there. And, she can't even get her husband's ass in shape. What can, it was one of those things. And if you realize when you know, if you're in a relationship and one person has a very high set of standards,
yeah,
and the other doesn't, like you're never going anywhere.
Right.
In your marriage, you're probably never going anywhere in your finances. You're probably never, because it's like you're polar opposites, right? So if one person is living this high standard, they're consistent, they're showing up for themselves, they're trying to be the best version of themselves, not only for themselves, but for you too.
Right.
Yet you're doing the complete opposite. Like you're not, like you're going the other direction.
It sends a message.
It's only a matter of time. Like it's like the and it is that laws of attraction. If you really think about that, like what you put out is what you kind of receive. And if you're always putting out, you know, the stress, the tension, you know, not happy with yourself, not confident with yourself, then you're going to get that back. And then sooner or later, it's just like you have two people going the opposite directions. And it's like, I'm not going to say like that's probably what leads to a lot of problems in marriages and stuff. It's just one person's like not on the same level as the other person. So that was it for me, really. It was like, you know, it's like, okay, well, like level up, dude. Like, you know, if you want this to work, if you want to have a thriving marriage, if you want to be successful, if you want to do all those things, then you can't just be successful at your job, right? Yeah. That's not your identity, and that's not true success. Yeah. You need to be successful in every little thing that you do, right? And the more you can do that and prove to yourself you can do that, the more consistent you are. That's what always is going to get you where you need to be, right? It's because you're doing things with intention. Yeah. If you're taking a bunch of action and doing a lot of things, but there's no intention behind it, that's going to lead to inconsistency. Yeah. That's when you'll never be consistent at that. You'll start, you'll stop, you'll fall off, you'll you'll always go back and forth on that. So
I read something the other day and I was like, oh my gosh, this is so good. But it said like, you can fake having money.
Oh, absolutely. We know people. We know so many people.
We know a lot of people that fake having a lot of money that actually don't. But anyways, that's another story for another day. Yeah. You can fake a lot of things. A fit body is something that you cannot fake.
No, absolutely.
And it also happens to be the thing that people notice right off the bat. That's the first thing people notice about you because you can't fake it.
It's instant credibility.
It is. It is.
Everything that you do. Yeah. Because you're like, I know that person
is disciplined.
Is disciplined. They're you know, it doesn't happen accidentally. I guess it happens with that, like I said, with intention.
With intention.
You know, and I think that it does matter, right? So
absolutely. Also, too, one of the things, like, yes, physically, you know, it's that attraction there is there, at least, I mean, it is for me. I don't know about for you, but one of the other things too that is extremely attractive, I don't know about for men, but for females is like when I see you like putting in the work and you're like being diligent about it and just like you care about you taking care of yourself, like those acts are also attractive to me.
Well, what is the word I was looking for on that? I'll come back to it. I'll find it. But it's like it's almost like when you're driven, right? Yes. That's attractive. When you're with somebody who has goals, ambition and drive, that is an attraction. That's an attractive quality versus somebody that just doesn't give a flying fuck.
Right.
Right? That's not really attractive.
You are letting the fucks fly today.
Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot. What kind of podcast is this? Sorry. I apologize.
That's all right. We'll try not to.
Well, my kids are like, pardon my French. That's a family thing.
It is my family thing. Oh my gosh. Your father and your grandmother, which is your dad's mom, they speak the exact same thing, or the exact same all the time. They're just dropping the F-bombs and then, you know, after they get about a dozen in, oh, pardon my French.
Yeah, that one slipped. You've said it 7 times.
90-year-old grandma does it, and it's the funniest
she does. She's awesome.
thing. It's hysterical. Like it's so funny. Anyways,
But kind of going by what we were saying a little bit, like when I said there's different types of attraction. Like I'm not always talking about physical attraction. Right. I mean, there's some people that are, you know, very good-looking people who have just like the most disgusting, ugliest, you know, personalities and things of that. Because there's attraction in both different ways. I'm not saying it's not, but it is like a lot of times physical attraction is that initial attraction, right? Right. And I noticed with you, like when we talk about it, like for me, like physical attraction is that, like I said, like you're hot as shit, right? Like you're hot, right?
Thanks, babe.
And that's why you get away with a lot of things, right? So someone's like, well, she's hot. So, but for me, I know that like you tell me this all the time. Like you'll even say like your attitude, like right now is like, makes me not even want to be around you. Right. Like, so I know, or like, just, I know there's a lot of other things I need to do, for you to be attracted to me. It's not just, what I'm putting out there in the gym. It's like a lot of the other things.
Everything.
Yeah. So
Agreed.
I think there's two different types of things.
Well, the attitude thing, that might be part of perimenopause.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you don't even necessarily have an attitude, but it's the way that you're breathing before you speak that just like gives off that aura. Like, gosh, I want to poke him in the eye.
I mean, if I could hold my breath and never breathe or speak, I would do it because it would be
fine.
it'd be a lot simpler. But
pro tip for all of the husbands out there.
I've not figured it out yet. I'm working on it. When I figure it out though, you'll have me back on and I'll let the husbands know exactly, hey, here's what you need to do. Like, don't eat, don't breathe, don't chew your food. Like, just, you'll be a lot better off. But no, I guess my point was is like, there's different, like, people are attracted to different things, right? Like, so.
But I do think when you show that discipline in this one area of your life, like health and fitness, for instance, like when you show discipline there, it spills out into every other part of your life. And anybody that doesn't think that, they are, I don't know, they're ill, okay? Like they're on drugs, because I'm telling you, it does. And like I was saying earlier, and it goes both ways. Like when you're feeling good about yourself, you're going to do good. You're going to show up better. You're going to show up in life better. You're probably, going to have more sex. You're going to enjoy the sex. You're going to, like you're just, it affects everything. And then vice versa, when you don't feel good about yourself, you are also going to portray that to other people, because what happens, we see it all the time. What happens when somebody doesn't feel good about themselves? Well, that's when they, they almost develop like this victim mentality, right? And they're ticked off at everybody else around them. Like if they see somebody, doing good in the world or being successful or whatever, they have a problem with it. Because why? Because it's a reflection of them.
Yeah.
It's a reflection of what's going on in their life. It's a reflection of how they feel about themselves. It affects everything.
Yeah. Well, they get in, it's the emotional part of that. It's like everybody gets in their feelings. You know what I mean?
Sure.
And like, and I think too, the most successful people, the most driven people, the most disciplined people, they're able to put their feelings aside.
Yeah.
Like just because because if you only did things when you felt like it, nobody would ever do shit.
Oh gosh.
Nothing would ever get done.
That could be a whole podcast on itself.
But I think a lot of times, like, I don't feel like working out. I don't feel like doing this.
Ever.
I don't feel like eating this way. And it's like, no shit, no one does.
No one does.
Right? But I promise you, if you set your feelings aside and you just, develop this discipline, this habits, it's just like, this is who I am. This is what I do. And then you prove to yourself you can do that. And the more you do that, like, you'll realize like, holy shit, like this makes me feel so damn good. Regardless of
I've been in the fitness industry, like as a professional for over 20 years. And I can't tell you the last time I woke up and I was actually motivated to go to the gym.
Yeah.
I'm very rarely, maybe one day a month.
Yeah.
Where I'm like, oh yes, can't wait to get to the gym. Like that's not a thing.
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Like it's not a thing, but you just show up and you do it, you put in the work. Because you have to.
You do what it takes.
You do what it takes.
You and that's what I would say too. Like when you're talking to people that are thinking about working with you and having a coach and getting into, our program, I would literally always say, like, are you willing to do what it takes to get the result? Because if you come in here and like, well, I want this, but I'm not willing to do this.
And they're going to give you a list of reasons
and I'm
why
going to say
they can't
like,
do it or what they're not going to do. That red flag.
Well, I shocked the shit out of them. I'm like, hey, I'm just going to be upfront with you. Like, we need to just end this call right now because you're not a fit for us. We're not a fit for you. It's not going to work out because you can't, you can either, you can raise your standards or you can lower your expectations. Yep. And that's what it's like. Everybody wants the, everything. They want it all, but they're not willing to do what it takes to get there.
Agree.
And I think, but I will say too, a lot of people think like, I think people complicate it and make it a hell of a lot different. Like, to do what it takes to get to the job done, like, I think people complicate the hell out of it.
Yeah.
And they think it's like so hard. Like,
yeah.
And if people really knew what it actually takes to be successful at this, like, it's not about perfection. It's not about being perfect. That's another thing. That's another whole topic on podcast. Like, the people that come in and say, oh, you know, I need a new workout. I need a new plan. I'm like, bro, like, I could literally, I could do 3 to 5 lower body exercises,
the same
3 to 5 upper body exercise.
Yes.
I pretty much do for the rest of my freaking life.
Yes.
You know, day after day after day, obviously taking some breaks.
The people that are bored, those are also the people that aren't getting results.
Exactly right. Yeah. It's not that there's no magic, you know, exercise or route. It's literally just being consistent.
Yeah.
And then, you know, you do get the people though that are doing the same things over and over again, and they're not changing anything up, whether it be like the intensity. Like, again, we could get on a whole different topic of that, right? So people are going through the motions. They're giving energy. They're giving effort. They're showing up, but the things they're doing are not what they need to be doing to get the result. Right. So it's like,
it's not that they're not trying. It's just they're not doing.
So I get that. I mean, sometimes on some of my consultations, like, I want to just like jump to the screen. Like, no, okay, let me ask you some more questions on this, because
but, you know, one of my favorite sayings is do the boring work. I mean, it's so true.
Yeah.
I mean, you don't need a different fitness class every time you go to the gym. That's why you're stuck.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you actually don't.
But the industry preys off of that. The industry preys off of that. Like, that's what like, health and fitness is a $1 billion business.
I know.
And everybody wants to come up with a new shiny toy. Like, look at this, look at this, look at this. Like, think about how many different types of exercises there are out there, how many different types of programs and yogas and Pilates and boot camps and Orange Theories and CrossFits and like, there's a billion crap, right?
Yeah.
And it's like, and the same thing with nutrition. Everybody wants to do well, I'm gonna do keto, I'm gonna do carnivore, I'm gonna do paleo, I'm gonna do fasting. I'm like, there's nothing magical in there. It's like, at the end of the day, it's like you're eating calories, and at the end of the day, you're strength training, right? You're working your muscles. That is it. And it's like, people want to they want to, like, they just want to complicate this. Like I said, they always want the new shiny topic, and they think it's their actual plan, and it's not. It's, generally speaking, it's always their consistency that's off. And it's like,
well, any of the most fit people that you see walking around, like, ask them when the last time they did a fad diet was.
Oh yeah.
Ask them how often they switch up their workout routine.
Exactly right.
You know what I mean? They don't.
Yeah.
You don't.
Yeah.
Like, and that's the reason why so many people are disappointed with the results that they don't have, because they're not willing to actually do what it takes
that's what I mean,
to actually get there. They've got these timelines that are unrealistic, and they think that I've got to switch it up all the time.
Yeah.
You know, and it's those people that are continuing in this cycle of not getting the results that they want.
Yeah. You know, I 100%, believe me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know.
We went way off on a tangent. There's nothing about attraction.
Yeah.
But that's how our minds work, though. That's how our brains work.
It's true. They're seeing it play out in real time.
Yeah. So.
Okay. So back to what we were talking about.
Yeah.
All right. So health and fitness in marriage, obviously how it affects attraction, but also just like the relationship in general, where I think I was getting at is, you know, just how you show up for each other. You know, and how you support one another, how you show up as a leader of your household. Can we talk about that for a second?
Sure.
Because not even just like a leader, like you as a leader, as the husband, but like how we parent our kids, you know? How many of us, we've heard this story literally a million times, and everyone listening to this is probably going to say to some extent that their childhood affected their adulthood, whether good or bad, affects the decisions that they make today around health and fitness.
Absolutely. 100%.
Every single person listening to this, I bet you can say that.
It's because it comes down to like what kind of kids don't. I've taught kids, so there's another thing. So I used to be a school teacher.
You used to be a physical education
and middle school is where I thrive, because to me, middle school is like, that was when these kids were the most impressionable for me.
Yeah.
Like I could get them to do anything, right? And not in a bad way. I'm saying but I could motivate the hell out of them and drive. And I didn't do it through my words. I did it through my actions, right? And that was the number one thing that I've learned, and it is true. Like, especially with our kids too. Like, they don't listen to you.
No.
They're not listening to a word you're saying.
Not a word.
They don't care about, like, you can tell them all the, you can give them all the secrets of life, right?
Yeah.
And it doesn't really matter. it's going to go in one ear out the other. Because they have to experience things themselves. But what I will say is, if you constantly model the behavior, if you like, think about this, like, and I don't know if this is true, but like a lot of people I know, like, you're generally always into what your parents are into.
Yeah, right.
Like a lot of, like, I root for this team in sports because my dad rooted in this team in sports, right? And
it's true.
I like all the things, like you always say, like, God, you're just like your father. Like in Braxton, like, oh, he's just like you. And it's not that he doesn't look like me at all, but his actions and his attitudes and his mannerisms and his habits and his, just the way he thinks, right? It's all comes down to, like, because genetics are one thing, but what gets passed down from generation to generation to generation is behaviors. Think about that. You didn't decide what the hell you wanted to eat growing up, right? You ate what your mom and dad prepared for you.
We were poor as shit.
Absolutely.
And we ate beefaroni out of a box, or tuna noodle casserole, like multiple times a week. Like, and my parents, I mean, and your parents too, like, they did the best they could, and luckily, like, I was very fortunate where I didn't have a lot of terrible habits instilled in me, but a lot of kids do. And that's where, later on when they become adults, that's when they're struggling, but it's because it's always been a part of their life. Like, for me, I can speak personally. I have the worst genetics in the world. Like, they actually suck, but also I could let that dictate what I do, how I show up, how I look, and there's certain things that you can't control, but you can control the controllable, right? And instead of, like, using that as an excuse, like a lot of people do, like, oh, it's my genetics, like, okay, well, I'm going to control what I can control, like heart disease, diabetes, cancer, like, I mean, I've got it all. They all run in my family. You know what I mean? And the thing that I always say is it takes one person to break that cycle. Takes one person to break the years of bad habits that were instilled in you as a kid.
Well, like I said, it's setting those standards, right?
Setting standards.
This is who we are. This is what we do. This is how we show up for ourselves. We tell our kids all the time too. Like, if you take care of your bodies, if you take care of your health, if you, again, do all those things, you have a better chance at being successful in life. You just do, because you're creating discipline. Right? Because in order to be successful, no matter what it is, you better be disciplined. Like, you just, you look at the people that even the people that are, again, not disciplined in their bodies and health, generally speaking, I can guarantee if they're successful in some area of life, is because they have accountability and discipline in that. But that's why I think people, it can get scary for people, because they're going to say, well, I am that way because I'm successful, which I'm not going to. You are, sure. Why not take those things that made you successful in business
and applying to other areas?
Because then you don't even know, like, there's so much unlocked potential there, right? And I and again, I'm not perfect. I struggle with both of those.
Amen.
Every day is a struggle. I could go the
louder. Can you say that one more time?
Whatever.
What did you say? I couldn't. Could we rewind that?
No,
You're not perfect.
It's not hard to go the other way. Like, it's very easy just to kick. Can I cuss again?
Sure.
It's easy to say fuck it, right? That's the most easiest thing. I told you, quitting and giving up is the most easiest thing. It doesn't take any skills. It doesn't take anything. It's just easy to say, yep, I give up. Like, that is easy. All right. And again, being, having the discipline and showing up for yourself, that ain't easy, because if it was easy, everybody would
do it.
And so you just gotta ask yourself, like, what kind of person are you? Are you a person just wants the easiest, you just want easy, or do you want, like I guess it always comes down to that. So, and I think too, like, thinking about, like, leading your kids and your family and setting them up for success on that reason. I think there's other people too. There are people out there that didn't have that in their house, and they just, and it's like, come hell or high water, they're going to be the complete opposite.
Right. So it can work to your advantage. We've seen that We've seen that a lot.
And I always tell I'm like, I don't want to be the dad that my kids go, fuck, I don't want to be like him when I grow up, right? I'm not going to do so it's like, you could be a motivator, and for your children, you can set the standards for your children,
I'd rather set a good example than a piss poor example, and then have them go opposite, right? I mean, I think that's what I see out there. So there are two different types of things, but just generally speaking, like, your kids are a direct reflection of
they are
you.
And they're watching every move. So we've got a 14-year-old daughter and a 17-year-old son, and one of my favorite things is when Charlie, our 14-year-old daughter, just talks about how strong she is and like, look at my muscles, and all these things. It's just like, because when I was growing up, it was the 80-pound, 5'11" models that us girls looked up to.
Yeah.
And so like hearing her talk about like how strong she is, like it makes me so happy. You know what I mean? We are very, at least for me as a mother, to a teenager, very conscious of the types of things we say. Like there's a fine line between like setting a good example in health and fitness, and also setting a piss poor example in health and fitness by being too extreme. You know what I mean? Yeah. So like, I never told my kids like, you can't eat that, or like it's more about like educating them on making better choices, but also like not depriving them of things that are just part of kids' lives. Like, sure, you want the cupcake? Let's go to freaking crumble cookie. You know what I mean?
Do it now while your metabolism is where it is.
Right. But what I'm saying is like, I would never say to one of our children like, you can't have that because it's going to make you fat, or you can't, like that. Also, that extreme, especially at this age, it can lead to a lot of dangerous situations. So it's like, look, live the lifestyle, but also let them see you live a little bit too.
Yeah.
Because I don't want for our kids to ever like, say, hey, you want to go out for pizza? And we're like, no, we can't. We're on a diet. Like, we've never uttered those words ever. You know what I mean? So it's like showing them a healthy balance. Like you can have both.
Absolutely.
And it's about like enjoying the things that you love, but also doing it in moderation, and also taking how you fuel your body seriously. Like, you don't have to eat like a bird. In fact, we talk a lot about like how you gotta eat,
Well, you can fuel the body and you can starve the body.
Yeah.
And they both have different outcomes.
Yeah.
You can lose weight starving your body, and you can lose weight fueling your body.
Yeah.
It's like, but, weight loss and fat loss, totally different animals, right?
Yeah.
And you generally see the people that go into starvation mode are the ones that have, bad metabolism. Their hormones stink. It's just, that's because they're just basically losing a tremendous amount of muscle mass versus like fueling the body to build the muscle to, get rid of the excess body fat, right? And there's just two different walks of life that. So I tell them, you can use food or you can abuse food.
Yes.
And that's it.
Right.
Like it can be used for good. It could be used for evil. Right.
Yes.
But it doesn't mean I don't necessarily.
And you can say that because you've done both.
Yeah.
You've used it and you've abused it.
But it's not like there's like, this is good, this is bad, like vice versa. Like obviously quality matters, right? It
yes,
does.
sure.
But I would say quantity is always the biggest driver.
Yeah.
Right. Again, when we're talking about, again, with women, and especially always, there's a lot of excuses and things, and especially around the nutritional thing. And it's like I'm always like, well, yeah, I know, like, but like your hormone or insulin didn't make you have 4 margaritas and 100, chips.
Correct.
Chips and
oh my gosh, are we going down that road?
Well, no, I mean, it's like,
no, I say that all the time.
I'm
like, yes, hormones are absolutely part of the equation, 100%.
Yeah.
But they didn't make you gain 50 pounds in a year.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's lifestyle.
Absolutely.
And if you're only concerned about your hormones without being concerned about your lifestyle choices, well, sorry, they work hand in hand.
Yeah. But in the society we live today, it's like, oh, don't worry about your habits, your lifestyle. Just take a shot.
Right.
Just this shot here, it's gonna make you not be hungry.
Yeah.
And you're just gonna start to shatter your body. You're gonna look like a melted candle in a bag of leaves. You're gonna have, you're like skin on skeleton.
And you're going to look like crap. Yeah. and by the way, I am not against GLP-1s at all. I think they're actually a very, very useful drug.
Use them, not abuse them.
Use them, not abuse them. And that's we even offer them in one of our program tiers, Precision, where we work closely with a medical provider that oversees all of that, and so I'm not against them at all, not against peptides, not against hormone replacement therapy. Absolutely. All of those things are beautiful. However, where we see people, we're really going off on one. I don't even know how we're going to end this, but where we see people abuse them all the time is they are only doing the GLP-1 or they're only doing the peptides and they're not fixing the actual issue, which is what got them to where they are now in the first place. So then what happens? Then they look like crap. They feel like crap. And if they ever get off the shot, well, guess what happens? They didn't learn the lifestyle, so now we're going to go right back to where they started.
And you're setting yourself up some serious long term. It's like when you think about the amount of muscle some of these people are losing, and muscle is like that is the key to longevity.
Yes,
the fountain of youth. It's like you talk about your metabolism, your bone density, like all those things that are going to be so important in life. Like we all know people that didn't prioritize those types of things that are like 60, 70, 80, 90, whatever it may be, and they're like. Those are the people who are in the wheelchairs. Those are the people that can't even get up.
They have the hunchback.
They just,
can't walk, and they're 70 years old. It's like.
So it's like, man, I hate those things, and I think too, like I like to say, like you have to earn the right to use those things.
Exactly.
And I think every single doctor out there, but they won't because again, going back to it, it's like it's
money.
It's a business. It's $1 billion business.
It's the money.
There's more money in treating the symptom than there is.
There's more money in sickness than there is fixing it.
But I were to, if those companies were ethical, if they were moral, if they were, and if doctors were the same way, because again, there are good doctors and I've heard doctors saying, look, I'm not prescribing this because that's
a good doctor.
It's great. Doctor. Every single doctor out there should be like, look, the only way I'm going to prescribe this is if that we are on we are prioritizing strength training. Because if you're not, you're going to lose a tremendous amount of muscle, which in turn will harm you.
Yeah.
And we got to get your nutritional habits down. We got to fix those two things. And if we can fix those two things, I will prescribe this and we'll utilize it and we'll do it. We'll dose it correctly.
Yes. New clients to come to us and they are like currently on GLP-1s, or if they are a client of ours and they're in our precision program and we prescribe a GLP-1, of course, me and Sarah, we work very closely together on monitoring these clients, but she'll even be the first to tell you, I will rip that GLP-1 if your protein is not where it needs to be and you are not getting your strength training workouts, you have no business being on one. And that is 100% true. And I see these women come in, not ones that are already clients, but maybe they're new clients and they're coming in and they're on one. I see it happen all the time where they're not strength training and they are literally eating between like 500 and 800 calories. And I'm like, oh my gosh. Like you cannot do that long term. Number one, you're going to wreck your metabolism. Number two, you're going to lose muscle, which is the most important thing that you can have on your body, especially as a female and an aging female at that. Yeah. And, so then it's like, then we have to work on like, okay, look, I'm okay with you being on a GLP-1, but if you're going to be on it, we got to do it the right way. Yeah. And we are going to work on increasing those calories. We're going to work on increasing that protein, and you've got to incorporate strength training. Yeah. And because if you just trust me, if you don't, then you're going to be paying for it later. And so many studies have shown that if that is the only thing that you're relying on is the GLP-1, that's it. You're not doing anything else, just the GLP-1. The amount of health problems that you develop because of that, because the loss of muscle is insane and the rate is insane. And it's just a disaster waiting to happen. So again, I don't know where we were going with that, and I'm not against them, but just please do it the right way.
I love hormones. I love peptides. I believe in
love them all. Yes.
I utilize them. I use them. I mean, again, but those are never going to take away from the other things that I know.
The foundation.
The foundation, yeah. It's called a supplement for a reason.
Exactly.
It's to supplement what you are doing. It's not just replace
Yes.
And that's what people want. They want
to replace it with the work.
They want to replace it with what actually is going to be. No, I think too, is like, I think if you think about this is wild. I mean, I was thinking about this the other day, like, because at the end of the day, you're literally starving your body. That's it.
Yeah.
It's a starvation. Think about like that word, like think about people in like third world countries and stuff like that. And they're looking at America going like, for one, we don't have food. We're literally starving.
Yeah.
Like you look at pictures of these people and they're starving.
Yeah.
And then you look at these, and they're looking at people in America and like, they
idiots.
have so much shit that they have to take a drug.
Yeah. Right.
So they can starve themselves.
Yeah.
It's like, it blows my mind. Yeah. And so that just tells you right there, it's like, we are addicted to the food. Like they're, you know this, when we went to, Europe, there are certain things like you can't even have there.
No.
Like, just cut them out because of and so it's like, because again, we're going to always go back to it's so driven by money.
I am convinced
everything
that America is keeping people sick.
I agree with
100%.
Yeah.
That is another rabbit hole that we could go down, but we won't because we've gone down approximately 4 rabbit holes. So you know what? I think that's just a good one to end on, and then we can maybe go down that rabbit hole because that's a whole thing.
Well, I feel like I'm gonna have to be back on. For one, the people are gonna want this.
The people, you got to give them what they want.
That's the confidence, right? So,
that's right. All right. Well, good job, babe.
I'm not this bumpy. Like,
come on, give me a fist bump. Come on, twin.
I hate this bump.
Give me
else I can do.
Like a secret handshake?
I don't know. I feel like fist bumping's gonna help. That was like a COVID thing.
Oh. You have PTSD from the fist bumps. Okay. All right. Well, we'll come up with something. Next time you're on, we'll share our secret handshake.
And next time we probably should give a topic and then stick to it.
Nah.
What was it? What are you going to call this one? It's like,
a mixed
yeah.
Potluck, a mixed bag. Yeah. It's a surprise. You just got to listen.
Potluck episodes.
Oh my gosh. I like that. Maybe. We'll see. All right. Until next time. Bye.